Good day, everyone. I am Fatima, Tyreza, Juan, and let me introduce to you a more eco-friendly approach for mining extraction of metallic minerals, specifically gold, to address some issues about the effects of mining in the environment. Gold mining is a sector of trade and business used by the government to improve the country's economic systems. It contributes to the socio-economic development of the country, wherein the foreign exchange, foreign investments, and revenues go high. Hence, it helps improve the country's infrastructure, employment opportunities, and other sectors of the society. Of course, to produce gold, extraction and recovery methods are done. Some processes in the gold mine extraction, including the part where the ore is being mined, poses environmental and health problems. These are the use of mercury in the artisanal or in manual extraction method, or the use of cyanide in large scale. Practicing this current gold mining method, communities at and near the active gold mining sites are alarmed for possible contamination of their resource water, such as river systems and the groundwater table. This could happen if the gold mining sites are not responsibly doing the extraction method and does not oblige to the proper disposal of these toxic chemicals. On the other hand, the people in the community are not the only ones that can be affected, but the miners as well. The health of the miners is in great danger due to their direct and long-time exposure. So, with the concerns on the environment and the health of the people, this innovation, alternative baking soda and flour, or the BaFlo, is introduced to the gold mining companies in the country.
How can we apply the baking soda and flour in gold mining extraction? Here's the current gold mining process, which uses the mercury and cyanide. Meanwhile, this is the new gold mining process, introducing the use of baking soda and flour. The highlighted in the new gold mining process represents the introduced and alternative method of gold mining extraction. From the sluicing process to the direct smelting process, the baking soda is used as an alternative to mercury, while for large-scale processes, flour is used as an alternative to cyanide.
Maybe you are wondering why is it that the alternative for mercury is baking soda and not flour, and why is it flour for cyanide? Technically speaking, the use of alternatives depends on the method for gold mining extraction. The method of using mercury greatly involves the use of water, and flour, as we all know, when mixed with water, the solution will turn into a sticky solution, making it viscous. And if the solution is heated with gold, the chance is the solution will turn into paste, making it hard for gold to melt. Meanwhile, flour contains a certain chemical component that will isolate and combine with gold when it is mixed with the dissolved solution of the gold and other metals, which came from the process of chlorination, which replaced the gold cyanidation and use of carbon separators. Unfortunately, baking soda does not have the chemical component.
The next thing is, why is it important that we abandon the use of mercury and cyanide in gold mining extraction?
Mercury is a powerful neurotoxin that is harmful to people. Mercury, when vaporized, can travel great distances through the atmosphere, which may cause global contamination of ecosystems, fish, mammals, birds, and the human food chain. Mercury poisoning can cause irreparable brain damage and affects the nervous system development and function. Although cyanide is used in 90% of gold production, the toxic nature of this chemical makes gold cyanidation debatable. Considering that the cyanide leaches the gold out, cyanide can seep into the ground, causing environmental problems and posing threats to human health. It can contaminate the groundwater table, and cyanide spills can cause or can have devastating effects on rivers, sometimes killing everything for several miles downstream.
What makes baking soda and flour as good alternatives? Baking soda is a white crystalline powder, chemically known as sodium bicarbonate. it reacts with other chemicals as mild alkali since sodium bicarbonate is an acid salt which resulted from combination of an acid and a base. Baking soda, commonly used as a cleaning agent, is added with a gold concentrate and acts as flux. This flux will then reduce the melting points of other metals that is associated with gold, making it easier to turn into vapor and leaving the gold to be purely melted. Conversely, flour is a good alternative based on its specific chemical composition. The flour consists of alpha-cyclodextrin, a 6-glucose unit that isolates the gold from the other dissolved metals.
Take note that the needed amount of ore to be processed is ranging from 8 to 9,000 tons for recovery of an ounce of gold. This depends on the grade of the gold that is to be extracted and recovered. With a large amount of ore, the recovery rate for gold must be high as well as the percentage of the purity of its grade. So, how does it differ with the current gold mine extraction? The use of mercury is to capture gold and create an amalgam. As mercury and gold are associated with each other, mercury can chemically combine with gold during direct smelting and the produced gold is not pure. Since baking soda is often used as cleaning agent, baking soda will not chemically combine with gold, thus the produced gold is more pure. Adopting the BaFlo, it brings a more green and more eco-friendly approach in gold mine extraction. BaFlo increases the gold recovery rates as well as the percentage of the purity of its grade. Most importantly, BaFlo eliminates the use of mercury and cyanide in gold mine extraction, which are the causes of some environmental contamination and threats to human health. What we want is to recover and produce gold that is pure and of high grade so that we can sell it to the market. Thus, BaFlo is recommended for gold mining companies in the country that still uses the mercury and cyanide in gold extraction. Imagine if the gold mining companies will use the BaFlo instead of the current gold mining extraction. Then, the communities at and near the active gold mining sites and production plants as well as the miners are secured on their health. BaFlo brings a safer environment to the community. BaFlo gives the gold mining company a high percentage for gold recovery and produces a high grade of gold that is more pure. With the current stand of mining in the country, the BaFlo supports the responsible mining advocacy of some metallic mining companies. BaFlo is simply